Yet again, the BRL series finds itself with elimination. And you are here to ride along with us. Welcome to the running of the Silverstone 100 at Silverstone Racing Circuit, the Grand Prix Circuit. We want to share our appreciation to everyone. Welcome to this special broadcast of this race. I am Sam Cook. This is Twitch Monster 27. I have with me my esteemed colleague Woozy Emu. Woozy, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, Sam Cook. And I got my audio working this time, so we are ready to watch the racer start their engine.
Awesome. So, if you are joining us today and you got a chance to see the race from last week, you understand that race was epic. Only two drivers finished that race. Well, here we are again. This time more drivers on the track and a much bigger racetrack, which is really going to put on a show for us drivers. Now, let's talk about the lineup here and the drivers. Obviously, let's get you through a starting lineup. We have Skitty Brave on point. Skitty Brave is your points leader as well and is looking to try to secure the pole position at Daytona by snagging yet another win. This round has been awesome for Skitty Brave. Back in black, sitting second place. These were the two drivers that actually survived the previous race, and here they are yet again. 1-2, preparing to start this race. Black looking for his first win of the season. Wes is making an appearance. Did not run last week, but is on track this weekend, sits third in points. He's looking good. Already has a win to advance, so he's racing with house money. Is looking to bring PBR yet another victory and try to snag top spots for Daytona. Coleman is back, and he rides off in fourth place. Coleman was not present at the previous race. He was present at the previous race, I want to say. And no, he was not present at the previous race and was a beneficiary of getting that points addition. We had an adjustment in the schedule for last week in which we ran on a Saturday instead of a Friday night like we are running tonight, so that played a big difference, and yet he is here and preparing to try to earn more points in the series. Gibson is next in line with Hyundai next to him, so Hyundai Gibson side by side, these guys right there in points as well. Now, this is where we start getting into the bubble and what that bubble means for these drivers. So, chase implications for sure around this period of time with only two drivers locked into the next round. XR Aiden is back. Aiden in the chase. This is an important race for him as he sits up and around that bubble. He's going to have to make sure to get a good points finish tonight. No DNFs he can afford if he's going to secure a spot. And then we get into must wins. Dale Jr. definitely going to have to get a good finish. Not quite in a must win yet, but he's definitely going to have to get a good finish if he intends on succeeding here. Definitely going to have to get a good finish. We'll see what he can do. Beloved sitting ninth place. Beloved car, must win situation. He cannot, I repeat, cannot afford to go out here and have a DNF. He's going to have to figure something out. He's going to have to try and win this thing. We're getting ready to get started. We'll look at the last place car. We have Rocket, who is running, and in last place, oh so slow. He's going to have to battle for the top 16 and trying to get that last little bit. Let's get you up front as we prepare to start this race. And as you can see, a big track. How are these guys going to navigate this marathon? We'll find out. They approach the start finish line and green flags in the air. We are racing at Silverstone.
Here we go.
And so lap one, a long lap one, is complete. Woozy, we saw a lot of action, man. What stood out to you?
Well, when I was watching too, CMO was hitting Blake really hard. It was not fun at all. And also, we're heading straight to Silverstone right now. It's a famous popular track for Formula One drivers.
Yes, it is for Formula One drivers. You're absolutely right. But for these stock car drivers, it can be a handful. These cars heavy. They roll around. The rear end wants to step out a lot. It's hard to navigate these corners. Unlike in F1, where the downforce really keeps you glued to the racetrack. Here, not so much. We got cars around. Let's see if we can find out who that was that run off. Did you see that, Woozy, who that was that ran off?
Yeah, the 38 almost hit the 54.
All right, so trouble in the back. The 38, that's the 39. Running off there, but the 38 ran the car off. This track is a challenge. Let's see how things are shaking up so far. Skitty Brave, we saw him out of the lead, in the lead, out of the lead, and now back in the lead. He sits first, but right where near him is Rocket. Rocket right behind there. Rocket, we know these two have a history this season, especially Rocket being able to get up front in many situations. Speaking of Rocket, he sits second. Guys, he started in the back, and now he is second place in this race. Doing a really good job so far, and he gets right through the S's in that part of the track, getting ready to come back out on the straightaway. Skitty kind of off balance there. And Rocket 1-2 with Skitty. Back in black, back up to third place. And looking pretty decent so far in the early runnings of this race, as you see Black using up all of the racetrack there.
I have the feeling that Frosty is not on the track. What's going on?
I don't know about Frosty. My guess, your guess is good as mine. We got a battle for fourth place right now. As well, it was a battle. West dives it in hard. 38 of Gibson gonna say, thank you very much. I'll take that right back. West is like, not so fast, home skillet. I'm still right here. A little bit of contact made. And electrical Hershey's is what we're getting. But Gibson able to hold off West for now. He's going to maintain the fourth position as they get around this racetrack. Now, while there is no, while the forecast is for some overcast, there could be a rain shower at some point in this race. And so they've got rain tires in the pits ready to be put on in the event that it starts to rain. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the race. But right now, all is good. You see the sun over there in the distance. Right-hand side, here goes West. Again, battle for fourth. West gonna go right around Gibson. And Gibson gonna try to storm back into this thing. Doesn't look like he's, oh, there he is right there. He's gonna start to come right back into this left-hander. He's set up right through the S's. Oh, contact made. Gibson is around. Contact, 3-4 cars involved in this. That might bring out our caution. Gibson able to get it back, spun around here and back green. West gonna come out as the tail end of that one, losing most positions here as he is shuffled back to ninth. We saw some contact there between those guys. Let's look at Oh So Slow, who is returning again. Battle for the top 10, or top 16, the 13 here in this position and battling hard. Obviously, has been out of the car for a little while, so he's looking to try and bring himself back as he drives off track, yields that position. is going to continue on here is, oh, we got a caution. Yeah, that caution was for Gibson being spun around. So, our first caution of the race, and oops, wrote the wrong thing. Our first caution of the race brings us here to lap number 5. Woozy, what do you think so far? How's the racing been for you?
Well, the race happened pretty good. They followed the line very carefully. That is good for them, and they know much about F1, so they taking it very seriously.
All right, now we know this is a big racetrack, so Woozy, you've raced at big tracks, you've raced at small tracks in BRL. To you, in your opinion, what's the difference between running at a big track and running at a small track? What are some things that you have to adjust or change as you go from a small track to a big one?
Well, that is a good question, Sam Cook. I would probably say it's up to anybody. Like, if they have a good adjustment, a setup, then they can do the good sub. If like in the rain, they do the wet tire or rain tire for the NAC or wet tire for the Formula 1.
Okay. Yeah, I know that. So it's been my experience is we're under a brief red flag. I imagine it's for allow the 88 and the 1 to catch up to the field before opening pit road.
People have it catching up.
Yeah. So I know that one thing about running at a short track is it's more about, you're compacted in a way around the drivers that are around you. It's hard to get away from other drivers out there on the track. Cautions come more frequently, and that plays a huge difference, as we have lost somebody on the racetrack. Who is that we've lost under red? We lost the 13 of So Slow.
Oh no.
Yeah. But we'll get word on that here in a little bit. But at a long track, at a big track, the tendency to get spread out more, as well as the tendency to not to have as many cautions, which means you really have to hit more marks. It's really easy to get spread out at a big track. Then you have to hit your marks on a consistent basis. It becomes more about racing the racetrack than it is about racing the other drivers around you. And we'll see how these drivers do that as pit road is open this time and everybody streams into pit road here at the Silverstone 100. So far, we've lost one driver. That's the 13 on So Slow. So that leaves us with about 11 drivers left, as we've got a couple drivers bouncing around in pit road. Everybody is in pit road at this time, as we've got 10 drivers left. And these 10 drivers, what do you think? Are they putting on wet tires yet, or are they going to leave the dry tires on?
Not raining, so I'm guessing dry tire.
Yeah, I would agree. Leave those dry tires on.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused flying car driving in Silverstone. That's crazy.
Hey, BRL goes anywhere, bud. Just wait, because we'll be in the islands in a couple weeks for the Rio National race. Rio Island 130. So just hold tight. It gets crazier from there. But yeah, we are here at Silverstone, and these drivers going to set up and get ready to roll. Chase implications for a lot of these drivers. They got to have a good race. If you're beloved, if you're Dale, and you're in their position, how do you approach this race?
Just keep calm, control your pace, not spin out and passing one, and maybe win the race. But it's completely up to them in the driver's seat.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Pace is going to be everything here. Learning the racetrack earlier on, and then, of course, getting faster throughout the race. Let's see if they're able to accomplish that. Hopefully they will.
Yeah, and Gil Blaze is doing an amazing job at, like, taking a lead and during the caution.
Yes, he does. Let's go quickly through the top 5 as they get around this 3.17 mile racetrack. Skitty Brave you're still sitting in first place right now. Rocket has gone from the back to the front. He's sitting second place. Hyundai sitting third place. He started near the front, has only lost about a position or so. Black has lost a couple of positions also. Remember, he started second. He right now is in fourth. Fifth place, rounded out, Gibson. They're beginning to double file and get ready for the restart. Woozy, we'll let you get this restart.
Okay. All double file up. Oh, Gibson still almost hit the 39. Ooh, that's not good. Almost the last corner. They're making it to the restart zone. And here we go, green flag on the way at Silverstone for the Formula 1 track.
A little bit of beating and banging already on this restart early in this, and these corners are tight. And they really have to break it down. Spin in the back. Coleman. In the 3, he spun it around. Now him and Dale Jr. in the 88. Battling. Teammates. There's the 5 of Aiden. Used to be the 29. He has changed his number to the 5. He's going to run that the remainder of the season. Rocket has assumed the lead. Side by side with Skitty. Battle for first. Skinny Brave. I tell you what, the back half of the racetrack, he is strong as he steals away that lap lead. Rocket, though, battling back. This is an exciting battle, but don't look now. Back in Black is back, and he is trying to have a say-so in what's going on in this battle. Black trying to ride through on the right-hand side as both of them go way off track. Off track again.
Ooh, Rocket.
And that's going to be addressed. Rocket is still battling for the race lead with Back in Black. Back in Black trying to run away with things. Here lately, the past couple of weeks, Ro2 Black has been looking really strong.
Yeah, that's what you're doing in race. Oh!
Oh, well, he was looking strong. I tell you what, we can count on a couple things from Back in Black. We can count on him to have moments where he's looking strong. We can count on him to run off track. Those are two things we can count. Oh, and I guess three things. We can count on him to slam into a bunch of cars. I mean, we can count on a lot.
Yeah. Like, I was his teammate in last season. Or, not full season. Yeah.
Black now marred back there in 8th. He's going to have work to do to get back up. Here we go. Rocket. Oh, a little bit of 3 wide action. Rocket's the leader.
On 3 wide.
Going 3 wide into this corner. Here comes West. Oh, my God, Coleman.
Oh.
And there's the 5 in it. 3 cars involved in that accident.
Well, that might be a caution.
They get it rolling again. Let's see if the caution flag comes out. That was a tough lick.
Yep, caution flying now.
And we've got caution number 2. Now, I know many might be wondering, well, you know, it's a big racetrack. Why is there a caution? Well, BRL cautions. What qualifies as a caution in BRL? Well, it is 3 cars. That is 3 cars for a caution. So, as we saw on our screen, 3 cars involved in that accident or endangerment of the field. So if a car is spun in the racing groove on the racing surface with a reasonable amount of the field behind them, a caution will be called so the field can get around safely. This definitely classifies as a caution. Caution number 2 of this race. Let's see how our running order has changed. Rocket this time has assumed the lead. Big deal for the 93 who is in the hot seat position, looking to get out of that position. We'll see if he can accomplish that. Skinny Brave is the one that he passes. Led right now the most laps in the race. Look at Gibson up to 3rd. Gibson's starting spot was 5th rather, so he's gained a couple positions and hopefully can keep it that way. And West has actually dropped a couple positions from his starting spot. He sits 4th, top 5 ends with Back in Black, who was able to capitalize on the spin and wreck of the cars behind him. So, the good thing about a big track is that pit road, as long as these guys stay together, pit road will be open this time by. So, this is exactly what's going to go on. Skinny Brave has the fastest lap of the race currently. We'll see if anyone can challenge that lap time. So in the hunt for the championship, a lot of drivers need this race. One of the drivers that needed this race is not present, and that is Frosty in the 8. Not present today. Needed this race. He's not present. How is this going to affect Frosty? Do you think he can still make it to the next round? Considering this is an elimination race and there are drivers around him getting points.
Yeah, Fox would probably let me get into the next race and appear to be racing, then he'd probably get his point back. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully he'll be able to have enough points to sneak into the round of 8. Right now, he sits. 7 points.
Also, radio is a good track. Only wish I could see it for myself.
Yeah, pit road open this time. Quite a few drivers decide to take it to pit road, but there are a few that decide to stay out. So while the field shuffles through, as you see drivers in pit road taking their stops, let's see the drivers that have decided to stay out as you got drivers exiting pit road. All right, so we've got Rocket decide to stay out, which I figured he was going to make that move. Rocket stays out. Gibson going to stay out. He assumes second place. Back in Black stays out, assumes third. Dale Jr., this is perfect for him to stay out. This is actually exactly what he needed to do. Stay out in this situation. And my goodness, turning drivers under caution. Lord have mercy. As he turns back in Black, plenty of time for Black to recover. Beloved stays out as well. This is what Beloved needs. Now, here's the question. Can these guys be able to recover, and can these guys have learned enough to be competitive as this race continues? We're going to find out, because they are starting up closer to the front, and they want to take advantage of this situation. First car to pit, West, we saw him. He's going to be outside of the top 5 and 6. So what we're going to do here in a little bit, we're going to ride along with Beloved, who's getting turned under caution. This is a unique and difficult racetrack. Woozy, you've ran here a couple times in F1. Do you think, how easy do you think this track is? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Is it intermediate? What are your thoughts about Silverstone?
Silverstone is pretty hard if you get used to the track very much throughout each year, and in video game universe, you probably get the hang of it.
Okay. Do you have a favorite part of this racetrack?
Pit road. Yes.
You said pit road?
Yeah, pit road that your team changed tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, pit road is Woozy's favorite part of this race. Hopefully it's not because he has to visit pit road a bunch throughout. All right, long racetrack. These guys going about 70 miles per hour through this under caution, but we're getting ready to pick things back up. So if you're new to the channel, please remember to hit that follow button. We appreciate your support, and for those that are already following the channel, again, we appreciate you and your support. Big shout out to Paintbrush as well as several others who have been followers of the what is going on. These guys are just beating each other up under caution. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, like some drivers are beating up, but it's time to be serious. They're coming back to the restart zone.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. All right, Woozy coming back to the restart zone. Take us away.
And green flag on the way at Silverstone.
Oh, Black. And now it was this 3-4 wide up above him, in front of him. Sweepy left-hander, yep, that wasn't gonna work. Gibson gets turned by West. A couple other drivers off the racing surface.
Oh, 88 in the 3, side by side. And here comes 54 of Wesley.
And I mean the 88 being very aggressive. Dale pushing the 3 around there. West, Dale being extremely aggressive. He knows what time it is. And he's trying to do anything that he can. In the meantime, look who's made his way up to second. That is Back in Black, and he's back again. Back in Black, trying to put pressure on the driver in front of him, Rocket, who's trying to separate himself. But not Woozy, I'm sorry, Skitty having something to do with it. Woozy sitting next to me in the booth. I'm calling everybody's name tonight.
Oh, we have too many W for tonight.
The 9. I'm gonna start calling numbers. The 9. Losing a position, goes back to 3rd place. Skitty getting his position back in the 46. Let's go back to 4th place. Back into the Hornet's Nest side. Oh, the 5 almost killed the tire barrier. Wow. But he gets past, gets through. The 3 of Holman also needs to have a good run, and he is doing that, sitting in the 5th position. Coleman needs all the points he can get to solidify himself in the round of 8, and he's doing just that. He's a position behind Hyundai in the 39. Both of these guys need to have pretty good runs. One thing they cannot do, they cannot DNF. Look at Wes putting pressure on. Wes is hungry for a win because he knows a win will put him #1 spot at Daytona. So that's really what he's pushing for right now.
Yeah, and don't forget, sorry.
You're fine.
I was going to say, 54 is a popular member of the legacy of Pinkbush, because Pinkbush was gone from BRL and Wesley take over of the 54.
You're exactly right.
Continue the legacy.
Yes, you're exactly right. And continuing the legacy he is doing, running well. Every race he started, he ran well. He's got that car sitting in the top 8 right now. He's advanced by a win. He's in a good position playing with house money. He wants that top spot at Daytona, so he can be one of the first ones to strike gold and head to the Final 4. Our leader, Rocket, 2nd place, Skitty. These two, again, have history. It's been Rocket and Skitty. It's been Rocket and Zero. It's been Rocket and Rocket. I mean, he has been, well, a rocket. And every race that he's ran, he's been close to the front. So this has been an exciting
almost
race.
to a drift.
Get back in the Hornet's Nest here. You said Wesley, again, 5th place. Right on board with the West.
Yeah, Wesley almost to a drifting.
driving it off, but making sure that he doesn't leave the racing surface. So these drivers are allowed to extend the racetrack via the runoff areas, the artificial turf and the runoff areas here, where they are not allowed to cut the corner.
There go back and back.
So they can run off, but they can't cut. We just use examples of runoff, Watkins Glen in turn 1. A lot of runoff there. They can do that, but they cannot cut the corner by driving through the corner using the grass or a runoff. So these drivers got to get these cars to rotate some kind of way. They're doing just that. And West trying to get past the 39. Has not been able to do so to this point. He's riding 4th place. Black back down to 5th. He's trying. He's there, trying to catch these guys. Let's see if he's able to do it. Oh, he rolls in, rides in deep. Makes up a ton of time here. Oh, wow, and look who's pushing him. The 3. Another 4-car battle. Black, a little bit of contact there as he rakes up the grass. These guys back here in the back are being physical with each other, really bumping and pushing each other around the racetrack, and there you saw an example of that. 39 getting a good rotation out of those corners though. Let's get you back up front with the leaders as these guys start to kind of spread out just a little bit. They start to put a little distance between. Oh, we got a slower car. These guys.
Oh wow,
that was Skitty Brave.
Second place.
That was Skitty Brave. So Skitty must have made a mistake, and here he is, back in the rear of the field. And Skitty's gonna have to be careful how much of that curve he uses and how far off the racetrack that he goes. As he's pushing, hits the wall. Skitty Brave upset, no doubt, with what happened, and he is pushing. Just lost a couple positions there. Now for Skitty Brave, one thing we know for sure, he's locked in. So no matter what happens tonight, he'll be locked in to the next race. It's a whole hornet's nest of cars right in around here, battling hard. Let's pay attention to this battle as Rocket is kind of pulled away. This is the battle between 4th and you could say 6th place. There they go. Side by side. They are making it look easy to go through these corners. And it's really, really not, as we are 15 of 38. So getting through. We've already passed a quarter of the way. Getting through. Headed to halfway.
Yep, Rocket is in first place, and Wesley is in second. Wow. And I believe that Wesley is going to get in first place if he catch up with Rocket.
We got a car stopped in the back.
Uh-oh.
10th place. Dale Jr. Oh, Dale's got damage. Dale's got some damage. Dale's gonna have to get that thing to pit road. Let's see if he takes it in there. He's definitely got damage to that race car. And I saw him and Beloved running close together, so I wonder if this is something that happened between them two. But at a track like this with the corners the way they are, the last thing you want to do is drive a broken race car, a damaged race car around here, because you just make it that much more of a challenge to get through it. Yeah, he's going to take that thing into pit road. Let's see if Beloved has any damage. I'm curious to see. No, he doesn't. Oh, well, a little bit. He's got a little bit of engine damage, but not nearly the damage that Dale had. He's probably still will need to take it to pit road. Back to this mess that is 4th through 6th. Skitty Brave. Let's see if we can get that rhythm back and get back up to the front. 38 drives it off. There's Black, side by side with the 46. 46 gonna try to make a move.
Hey, Sam Cook.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Dale Jr. will be up during the pit road.
Uh-oh, let's see. Dale Jr. lagged out. And I know Dale was not happy with that. But hey, better a lag out than a DNF. The 88 is gone. And with that, potentially his hopes of advancing into... Oh! Whoa! We got a car way off track. Did you see that, Woozy? That's Coleman in the 3. He drove it way off. Let's see.
I saw that.
No damage. Surprisingly, no damage. I think that sand trap saved him, but he drove way off track. Let's see if he can recover from that mistake. Let's go up towards 2nd and 3rd place here. We got another driver in pit road. That is Beloved, number 1. He's going to go off to pit road, repair some engine damage. Hyundai Skitty, look at Skitty Brave in the 46. Has made his way back up, Woozy, into the top 3. And I have a feeling Skitty is Skitty's race to lose. He has had the strongest car throughout the race. What are your thoughts?
Skitty Brave it's a good driver. Don't get me wrong. He's been doing an amazing job during the season without me. Well, not me. Never mind. But I'm trying to say he's doing an amazing job during the season.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And just watching his maturation from a driver that was consistent but just couldn't advance, wasn't quite fast enough to get to the point to battle for a championship, to a champion. I just think we can't say enough about his abilities really throughout his career here.
We're seeing the top 2 battle.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Woozy. How about you break down what's going on real quick?
54 of Wesley and 93 of Lockett. I think Wesley is going to catch up with Lockett and take the lead, but no, Lockett is holding the precision far away from Wesley.
Rocket has been so difficult to pass since he's come into the league, and you know, an example of it right here. You really have to be so calculated when you get past him, and then you got to work to keep him behind you. And Rocket's done a good job of being extremely competitive, and really what this does is, if you were to continue to have this kind of success and to win this race, it just takes points away from the drivers that are chasing. Ooh. Wes has got to be careful as he comes off those rumble strips, and he was losing grip in the rumble strips. Coming up on, this is lap 18. We're going to be coming up on lap 19. Let's go back in the field. Say what? Let's do this. It's lap 18. Let's crank it up. Brought to you by BRL. Oh my goodness, did we see that live right here on the screen? The three crushed the tire barrier and gets major damage to that race car. I have to say that caught me clean by surprise. Coleman, big damage to that 3. Again, chase implications. That 3 car has to be careful. He doesn't want to DNF it out of this race. So off to pit road he goes. Woo!
You know, Coleman need to be careful of what is he going and not hitting other drivers. If he does, then he's gonna lose control, hit the wall, and that probably be a DNF, so he better need to be careful.
I agree. And so let's get you back up front. Wes and Rocket battling. This should be an awesome battle between these 2 drivers of similar skill. But what we have noticed, I'm sure you've noticed, Woozy, is that these guys have gotten spread out now. So this is what I'm talking about in a race track this size now, with everyone spread out. The only way pretty much you're going to get a caution is with a DNF. Very few opportunities for racing incidents, cautions. And so these guys battling really hard. This will be one of those racing incident caution possibilities. And these guys are battling again really, really hard. This early in the race, this Rocket tries to dive the corner, trying to put a little pressure on Wes.
That's not good for Rocket. He better need to be careful where he's going, not Wesley.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys putting on a show. Now they're going to come up on a little bit of lap traffic here. This looks like Beloved in the 1. And he's right there in the racing groove, gets out of everybody's way. Good job, Beloved. And that allows these guys to continue to battle uninterrupted.
Yeah, Beloved know what to do when he is a lap car. He stop immediately to let other drivers in front of him pass.
Right.
So that is good for him.
Wes, your current leader. Skinny Brave still at this point has led the most laps, but that title is in jeopardy right now if Wes or Rocket were to continue to lead. Let's go to some other battles on the racetrack. Everyone pretty much spread out, and one thing that happened was that damage really, you know, some of those wrecks that caused damage caused some of these drivers to have to pit, and that kind of separated the group here, and that's kind of what we saw. Hyundai drove it out deep.
Oh my, Rocket don't have many fuel left. It comes down to 10 fuel, but now he's got...
Oh, it's West. In pit road, we have green flag stops by our leaders. West gonna take it to pit road. As you commented on, Woozy, this is a big track, and this is another element of racing a big track. Fuel mileage. How much are you gonna be? How much do you use? How much are you gonna be able to have and stay out before it's time to pit? You alluded to the fuel 16% by Rocket. So this is coming to the end of a fuel run. We know the last time Rocket pitted was on the early stages or early laps of this race. We've had a couple cautions since then, and now this long green flag run definitely influenced the pit strategy.
Sorry to cut you off, but working, sleeping, so I'll probably be going then.
All right, Woozy, well, thank you for joining us as long as you did, man. And we wish you a good night. All right, so Skitty Brave, we look at his fuel situation as well, 20% on the fuel. But that pitting allows him to get back up to second. West has pitted. Hyundai, 26%. Gonna have to pit soon. XR Aiden, 26%. Gonna have to pit soon. But he's really taking care of those tires. Back in black. Already pitted. Coleman. Already pitted. We know he had to pit for that damage. And beloved car. 74%. Burning up those tires. He may need to pit yet again in the future. In the near future. Oh, leaders in Rocket. Skitty in the pit road. Let's see if Hyundai goes as we ride along with 54th. Ride along real quick with Hyundai in the 39. And see if he decides to lead a group down pit road. No, let's see. Not close enough yet. No, he does not. Skitty Brave, your race leader. I thought he pitted. 15% on the fuel. And he's got your race lead. And as you can see on the ticker, fuel gonna become an issue. 16 seconds ahead of the leader and counting. As this race counts down a longer race in terms of racetrack length, but as far as laps, a shorter race as far as laps as these guys navigate Silverstone. If you are ready for some racing action, you want to tune in next week. That's right, next Friday we have our second Daytona race. So if you enjoyed the Daytona racing of the BRL 500, then you want to tune in next week as the round of 8 starts at Daytona. Don't want to miss that race. 11:45 Eastern Standard next Friday. Skitty Brave in the pit road. It's going to repair that damage now. Let's see with Rocket whether he'll be able to reassume the lead or not. Still in pit road. Here comes Rocket. Skitty trying to get out and beat him. Rocket reassumes the race lead. And Wes is right there with him. All right, we've rode along with those leaders enough. Let's look at Skitty Brave running in the 3rd position. And so how about we take the time now to kind of go through the field. Let's do that. We're going to take the time, go through the... Again, we lost Gibson. We lost Gibson to lag out. I just saw that. If you... Oh, no, the 93. Hard out of the braking zone. He was hit. Oh, we got cars everywhere. We might have a caution. We got the leaders that buried down on them. Well, that might be a caution. We'll see how the field, handles that. As West was trying to allow Rocket to regain his car, and the leaders buried down on him. No caution. We stay green. But that definitely affected the lead, as you saw live on your screen. So let's talk about the leader now. Skitty Brave has reassumed the race lead, and you know what? It sucked for those guys, but I'll take that, says Skitty Brave. And we talked about his maturation. We want to talk about what it means to be a champion. It means being in the right place at the right time, and he has done just that and more so, and this is why he is leading this race right now. This season's been a storybook of whenever someone makes a mistake, he is there to capitalize. He did it, and that's how he got the win at Watkins Glen. He did it again, and that's how he got the win at Monza, and looking to do it yet again and get the win here at Silverstone. He's currently your race leader, and he's going to continue and get most laps led if he can maintain that. Rocket was doing really well before the contact between him and West. Got Rocket around and in the sand trap. Rocket, one of those drivers, however we know he gets the lead, he gets on fire. Dropped all the way down to hot seat positioning. He's looking to try to get himself back into the hunt with a good finish here to get him back into the top 16 in points. And he's looking really, really good so far through this one, as they both cut those corners there. So they both are going to receive some penalties here. Hyundai in the 39. And Hyundai, of course, our BRL 500 winner. We can't forget that. Kind of struggling right now with this road course. Road courses haven't necessarily been his complete strong suit, as he runs it off to pit road. He's struggling just a bit, and we hope that he's able to get things together. But this season, not a complete failure. Obviously, top very high in points. He's going to need to get some momentum going as we head into the round of 8 if he wants to be a champion and run for the championship for XR Aiden. Another one of those drivers who, as he's in pit road, Aiden in the chase right now, but he's going to have to pick it up if he's going to maintain that position and fight for a Final Four spot. And Coleman, some contact, had a spin, had a wreck, but maintaining, and he sits right now in the 7th position. Beloved, the last of the Mohicans, if you will. Beloved sitting in 8th position. He's gone a couple laps down. And he's losing control, almost flipped the car. Car is fine, but he almost flipped it. And that would have definitely brought out the caution if he'd have DNF'd it. Car's fine. So now he's got to get that thing back rolling. He's just going to finish this race. Wow, that was scary. I know it was scary for him. Skitty Brave still looking good. He still maintains the race lead. Here's Rocket and West. These two battling again. Part of the reason Skitty has the lead the way he does is because these two are battling so hard, but it's fun to watch. Get on board. Heavy contact here as we are approaching 10 to go. Hyde in fourth. Hyde in dire need of a caution right now, as is the other drivers behind him. Back in black, Adrian, or Aiden, I should say, and Coleman. That's really where it is right here, as this battle is tightened up quite a bit. This is for the race lead, and Skitty gonna have to stay consistent for 10 more laps as these leaders bear down on. And in dire need of a caution is the rest of the field. These guys here, I mean, have been putting on the best show, guys, and I'm scared to leave them. Every time I leave and come back, there's another leader. So we're going to stay right here with these guys right here until something significant happens back in the field. Of course, we'll keep our map up. But these guys separated by a second or less. And here we go, battling again for the lead between the two winners of the series. West putting the bumper to them as they head into the right-hander. 9 laps to go. Skitty picking up the pace. Rocket back in it. Rocket loves to see these guys battling it out, and so do I. Oh man, we're right here at the lead, boy, I tell you. Skitty Brave, it better watch out. Got a driver in pit road. That's beloved. All right, let's take you briefly through the field. Skitty Brave is currently in first place. Not by a huge margin, but he's there. Coming up on lap traffic as well. Wes gonna sit second place. He's trying everything he can to catch that Brave. But Skitty is keeping him behind him. Let's see how this lap traffic bothers him. It doesn't as he moves the lap traffic out of his way and continues going. And then Rocket hanging around, ready to take advantage of a two-up. Now behind him is somebody. And you look at, he's fourth place. Look at the difference between fourth and third. Almost a whole racetrack between these two. That is amazing. So for Hyundai, he's basically riding by himself. Sorry, Aiden again, riding by himself. And at number 5, Pepsi Machine. This guy certainly just fell off the map here. Back in Black. Fell way off the map. Was running up front. And this is one of the things we talked about with Black. Just way too inconsistent. And, you know, he's running, he's doing good, and all of a sudden he ends up back here. I mean, you know, having caution cones passing him on the racetrack. I mean, that's just one of the things he's got to work on in his style of racing. Here we go. This battle starting to pick up again. Wes has caught Skitty, but look, don't look now. Rocket has caught Wes in the closing laps of this race. Yeah, here we go. Possibly a dive for the lead. Couldn't quite get to the bumper of the 46. And that missed attempt allows Rocket to gain ever so closer. 0.5 seconds. Skitty so strong on the straightaway, really pulling away from those guys. Oh, Wes. You saw Wes right there lose the bumper just a little bit. And that little slide there, Rocket actually must have done the same thing because Rocket did not get the launch that that Wes got, and so that allowed Wes to pull away. As you see in the time, he's sitting dead even between those guys at a second apiece. So this is going to be interesting. I think these guys are just, you know, biding their time, waiting to pounce there. I don't think it's a situation where, you know, I think West is waiting. I think Rocket's waiting, but they're all staying right there together. Let's take a look at a few things. Take a look at fuel situation, and as West gonna try. He's right there. Look at that. Skitty lost some time somewhere. West is gonna run it off. Here we go. Battle for the race lead. Lap 33 of 38. Side by side are these two. Skitty gonna try to hold them off. Does. For now, here comes West right back. Yes, right back. Saw an opportunity, dived it inside. Now all that did was allow Rocket to come right back into the show. Contacts made again. West takes over the lead. What a show that was. And I don't think it's over. Here comes Skitty right back. Ruffle the feathers of the defending champion. Now what is that gonna do for these guys? He was out of place for that corner. Not a good corner for Skitty. He's gonna lose a little bit of time. Rocket almost capitalized on a 2-for-1, but he's gonna get back in line here, and he's gonna take his time. Skitty, though, not going away. Skitty Brave gonna fight back here. Rocket got some momentum coming out of one of those corners because he gained a little bit of time. West's like, no, get away, get away, get away. Skitty's like, oh no, buddy. As they use the runoff. They come along, coming into, I don't know the number of these corners, as I'm pretty sure y'all have figured out by now. But West will maintain the lead here. Gains a little bit of speed too. And of course they gain some distance on Rocket, which is not strong in the back half of this racetrack. Now, when Wes came into this race, one of the things Wes said was, I want to win this race and have a top spot at Daytona. And he's definitely proven his worth here with this race. And of course, as just mentioned, next week, Daytona. I expect a full field. We'll see what that brings, obviously, coming into that race. West 0.4 and counting. They have left Rocket. It's just those two drivers, and they are battling it out. And this for the race lead, guys. You're watching it live on your screen. Now, we have not gone to any other cars at this point in a little while. Reason why, because of the fact that this is where the battle is right now. Everyone else so spread out. This is the battle right here, first through third, and I'm curious to see who comes away with the victory. West 0.9 over Skitty and counting. So Skitty starting to fade a little bit, and now Rocket's gonna probably take over second place. Look at Rocket sneaking in there. Oh, Rocket is say, oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at how Rocket tried to sneak on in there. I'll tell you, what didn't it be interesting, a dynamic, if it started to rain? Rocket makes contact with the 46. Now they're side by side. This is a battle for second. And this is a huge battle. At least it was a battle. This is huge as far as chase implications. And then, of course, Rocket, okay, politely gives that time back. Now they're coming up on lap traffic once again. Rocket into the tire barrier. That definitely hurt his time just a little bit. Love it out of everyone's way. They continue on. Now let's take a look at some things. As we see lap 35 of lap 38. Now remember, 38 is white flag, no more cautions. Still a lot of racing going on between these leaders. So watch what happened. Well, let's take a look at some stuff to see how everything is going to be impacted. What we see, this is a big track, and so there you go. Fuel strategy in the works. 17% by Skitty Brave, sitting second. What about our leader? How's he looking? 14%. He's getting that low. Will he make it? Will they make it on this big track with the amount of fuel that they have? It's definitely going to be close. Rocket, is he any good? Rocket lost a lot of time, 19%. Not necessarily all that great, but that little bit of percentage change might be the difference. We can even pure back to Hyundai. 36%, so really, really good. If these guys up front had to pit, he could potentially at least be there in contention, try to fight for something, but really in need of a caution. Same for Aiden, definitely in need of a caution, but could definitely contend. 40%. Coleman, let's look at him. Okay, 94%. I think Coleman pitted. So if we take a look at the grand scheme of things with our leaders, let's see. They're gonna have to pit. In my opinion, they're gonna have to pit in the next couple laps. So let's pay attention to how this is going to work out for these guys. Who's gonna be the first one to dive it on in there? In the meantime, these guys are battling as if nothing is wrong as they come up on 2 laps to go. 2 or 3 laps to go. And not the best exit. Skitty knows it's time to go. That's what that is. Skitty knows it's time to go. Oh, and contact. How about a get back there? Skitty crossover? Got him, but remember the fuel situation. These guys up front may have to pit. And you know what? I think Rocket is going to go into fuel-saving mode. I honestly think Rocket's going to go into fuel-saving mode because he had a couple percentage fuel as you have drivers in pit road and you have a white flag. No more. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Hold on. Jump the gun just a little bit. We could definitely still go into overtime. 6 seconds. It's going to be 6% rather. It's going to be really, really interesting for the leaders. This is Wes. Again, Skitty Brave was a percentage lower. He's at 8. Right, so 8%. 5% here. That's going to be close. Rocket is in. Oh, yeah, Rocket is definitely in pouncing distance. I mean, at this point, you made your bed. You might as well take it. We know the field situation is slim. Let's get that off the screen here. And let's focus on the racing here as they swing around Skitty to bring out the white flag for him on the 3rd time this season. What an excellent run he has put up in the past several races. Here he comes to the flag stand. A white flag is in the air. I jumped the gun this time, but rounding the final corner, one more time around this place. White flag. No more cautions. And now Skitty is going to have to make his way around here. Can he do it with virtually no fuel? 4% in the tank and dropping. Will Wes make it? Wes 2%. He's going to have to find a way around here, and Rocket doing the right thing. Now is the time to apply pressure. Make Wes have to drive it off like he's doing. He's going to run out of fuel. He's not going to make it. I don't think he's going to make it. As Rocket gets by him now, he's going to dive it in deep to the corner. Hey, I mean, drive it in deep, make it stick at this point. There's nothing else you're going to be able to do. 1% left. Can that fuel hang on for Wes? Or is he going to run out before it's over? I don't know. It's looking kind of dry right now. 0% for Wes. I believe he's out. We'll see if he can keep the performance up. Will he sputter? Can he sputter around the racetrack? In the meantime. Uh-oh. I heard a little bit of sputter as he got back on the gas. No, he's out. He's out. Hardly any acceleration. Around goes Rocket. Wes, out of gas. Skitty, no fuel. He's starting to sputter. Only a few more corners left. Now Skitty might actually make it. Can he hold off Rocket, who has just enough fuel to get by? Rocket steaming towards the lead. Makes contact. Deep inside, they're door to door. Coming through the final corner. Does Skitty? No, he doesn't have anything left. Rocket's going to take victory on fuel mileage. Rocket in the 93 wins the Silverstone 100. And what a race that was to the end, the last couple laps, because fuel definitely played a part. And he was able to get it. No fuel to do a burnout. He was able to get it done. I believe Skitty was able to finish second. And Wes third. And that was an insane finish. There he goes. Got it cranked up enough to burn it down. He's going to burn it to the ground, guys. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right, wow, he celebrates. Let's talk to the driver of the number 54, no fuel here. Let's see if we can talk to him real quick. This is Wes, third place finisher. Hey, it's Sam Cook. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you like not to made that one. Take us through that finish and how nervous were you on that last lap?
Well, I thought I could conserve enough, but I was pushing too hard, so paid for it in the end. Rocket got the win. I mean, the whole time it was just a rough battle. It was a good, fun battle before the field strategy really came into play. I really had fun out there. Really, one of the first races I could say that race was one of the best races I've raced in this league, considering the fact that we were beating the doors off of each other and we just were going for gold, but Rocket won, so I'm not mad. It's not going to affect the points. I'm just looking forward to Daytona.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't. You hit the nail on the head as far as a battle, man. You guys battled it out, and it just showed the maturity and experience of all of you guys. You, Skitty, as well as Rocket. Throughout to be able to battle the way you guys did at a track that's so technical as Silverstone is. Thank you for putting on that kind of a show. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm anticipating a lot of corner cut penalties, but we'll see.
Well, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but yeah, it was the pen is gonna be used quite a
Honestly,
bit.
in the party we were questioning a lot of things, so we didn't know what was what. So, I mean, that might give you a reason to be a little bit more lenient, but like we were still questioning a lot of things.
Yeah, I got you, and I appreciate you bringing that up, and that will definitely be factored into to the penalties for sure. Well,
Yeah.
off to Daytona. How much are you looking forward to Daytona, and how much does this race give you momentum for the 500, or not the 500,
As
but the
long
day race?
as long as I can stay in the top five in points, I'm going for that $100 in championship.
Awesome. I heard that, man. Well, we'll get you out of here. You know what to do. Who you got to thank?
I gotta thank you for the stream. Hopefully the commentary was great, and I can look back on it and say, yeah, I was a part of that. So thank you for this great memory that I'm gonna have. Even if I lost, it was a great one.
Not a problem, man. That was West in the 54 PBR Toyota. Finished third place. What a great show that was. All right, well, let's take a look at second place. And we want to thank Wes for actually coming in and doing an interview as well. Second place, Skitty Brave. Okay. We'll get Skitty Brave in a little bit. Let's talk to our race winner. And Rocket. Talk to our race winner and Rocket in the number 93 Chevrolet. See if we can get him in here. There he is. Rocket. Sam Cook. Let's see.
Include on broadcast. Can you hear me?
Yep. Loud and
All right.
clear, man. Well, congratulations on that win. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That was a nail biter. Take us through those last couple laps and how you were able to save just that little bit of fuel.
Oh, well, after all the roughhousing going on at the start between me and Wes and Skiddy, I just kind of backed off near the end because I didn't want to. I was so angry about it all. I didn't want to end up letting those emotions get to me and taking one of them out. So I just kind of decided to pace myself a little bit at the back and hope that one of them took the other out. Maybe I could sneak off and get the win. And then I was just gaining those last 2 laps, and I finally caught up to the back of Wes, and then he slowed down, and then I caught up to Skiddy, and I wasn't going to let him get away with what he was doing earlier, so I gave him that punt going into the final chicane, and then he tried to get me, and then I guess he ran out of gas, and I ran away with it, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just the driving style, the way I drive, I guess, saves a bit more gas. I had a lot left, as you saw. I did burnouts.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask. So really and truly, you weren't really trying to save gas as much as you were just trying to just run your race and kind of cool down a bit and prepare for the last lap. Did you know where you were in the fuel situation at all?
I didn't really look, to be honest. I was more focused on trying to keep within about a second gap, trying to gain back all the time I'd lost. I don't know if you noticed, I had that big mess up. Somebody came in to talk to me, and I almost plowed into the tire barrier, and I lost like 3 or 4 seconds. So I was trying a lot to catch back up. I think it's just, I noticed they dive into the corner a lot harder than I was. I think that was what cost them that last 2.5%. I had a lot. I think I had almost 3% when I crossed the line. So
Yeah.
I think it's just driving style definitely played a factor in that. Such a big track, obviously.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Very enlightening. So now we head back to Daytona. Did not have the best Daytona finish at all when we were here for the BRL 500. How much will Daytona be a revenge race for you, especially with you not being in the chase, being in a battle for the top 16? How much will Daytona be a revenge race, and how much did winning this race help build that momentum for Daytona?
Well, I think today just proves that I'm one of the guys to beat. As you've seen every week, I lead almost every lap, except obviously the complete disgrace that was Suzuka, where I crashed in turn 2 on the first lap. But I'm a competitor every week. I clearly showed that today with, even after that big mistake, I caught up all that time and was there right at the end to steal it. So I mean, it's not that the style will carry into Daytona, but definitely the confidence of showing that I can win in this league. I am one of those top guys. It'll definitely push me to be even better at Daytona.
All right, man. Well, you've been in here a couple times. You know what to do. Who you got to thank?
Just thank all my sponsors, thank all you guys for running the race. It's hard dealing with us racers sometimes,
Man, I understand emotions run deep when we're out there on the track. We're all competitors, so I get it 110. I used to be out there, so I know. And so as long as you're able to stand up there and say, yeah, I was a bit emotional. That was my bad. Man, that goes a long way in maturity, because to say don't be emotional, nobody in here is a robot. So, I'm not going to ask that of anybody. I'm just going to say own up to it and continue to push and grind for positions, and having fun is most important thing out there. We thank you for putting on the show that you did, especially those last couple laps between you and your other 2 competitors out there. Appreciate that, and we will see you at Daytona. Congratulations on that win. Yep, not a problem. So we put on an excellent show. And we are going to end it right here. You saw it live, but I know a lot of you guys are going to, or are not going to, you guys are anticipating the return to the Daytona Oval. And so here we go, guys. We're headed back there. Tune in next Friday, 11:30 Eastern, 11:45 Eastern, as we get ready to run Daytona Round 2 or not round 2, but round 2, second visit, third round, too many rounds and stuff. We're going back to Daytona. Be ready. It's going to be fun. If you're not already a follower of the stream, be sure to hit that follow button. Also, check us out on the YouTube side, Stream Monster 27, where you can catch this race as well as all of the races that have been ran so far this season. This has been Twitch Monster 27 and yours truly, Sam Cook. We'll see you at Daytona.